The great Euphrates River is drying up, and scientists are frightened. The mystery behind the river cannot be explained logically, and the terrifying things discovered under it are lacking explanation. Ancient cities, caves, and mysterious creatures are emerging. Could this be the fulfillment of an end-time prophecy? However, as it slowly but surely dries up, it reveals so many secrets and seems to be on the path of fulfilling certain prophecies in both Islam and Christianity. In their usual search, archaeologists discovered a rather mysterious cave beneath the Euphrates River in the Kurdistan region of Iraq, with tunnels linked to it. Obviously, the drying up phenomenon of the Euphrates River has not only raised questions about its nature or the reason for its drying up, but also led to the discovery of a series of mysterious caves within its depths. As expected, when strange things are unearthed, this intriguing find has generated considerable discussion and long-lasting debate among Bible scholars, Islamic leaders, scientists, and religious communities, all trying to understand the origin and purpose of these caves. Archaeologists have been studying the Euphrates River caves to determine their historical significance and to understand how they might have been used by the ancient civilizations that once thrived along the riverbanks. Suggestions and speculations have long started flying about as everyone remains curious about the nature and purpose of the caves. While some researchers suggest that ancient dwellers could have used the caves as living quarters, storage spaces, or even spiritual sites, others think that they might have served as jails or prisons. Many people lean towards the second theory because it would make absolutely no sense for people to live underwater. Hence, using it as a jail or prison would make more sense. However, this doesn't undermine that the caves may have served a more practical purpose, such as storage for food and supplies, or as workshops for artisans and craftspeople. The peculiar microclimate within caves can sometimes offer ideal conditions for preserving perishable goods or carrying out specialized tasks requiring controlled environments. However, it is important to point out that these theories remain speculative, with no definitive evidence to support them. The caves under the Euphrates River represent a fascinating and thought-provoking enigma, and their discovery has inspired various interpretations, deductions, and conjectures. As investigations continue in the area, archaeologists and the public hope that more light will be shed on these mysterious caves' true nature and purpose, enriching our understanding of the Euphrates River's rich history and cultural heritage. The hidden city is believed to have been established between 1475 and 1275 BC. The first question was if it was the much-talked-about Zaku. It used to be a bustling place that thrived during the Mitanni Empire's reign. The city's existence dates back over 3,400 years, going way back to several eras such as the Sumerian, Assyrian, Greek, Byzantine, and Islamic eras. When the city stood out significantly in its glory days, it covered a large area, making it a force to be reckoned with at that time. However, the peace and glory may have lasted briefly because conflict started arising. Most notable were the clashes with the Egyptian Empire and the rise of the Assyrian Empire, which brought about its downfall. In no time at all, this bustling city was abandoned and, after that, swallowed by the sea's embrace, never to be seen again. Or so we thought. In 2018, the city reappeared during a drought that rocked Iraq. The drought caused much damage and prompted the partial drainage of a dam to salvage crops. That was when something unbelievable was found. There it was, the first glimpse of the underwater city, sitting lonely in the place which was just a moment ago filled with water. This underwater city is as fascinating as it is intriguing. It has archaeologists and history enthusiasts all over it, waiting to unveil all its secrets. By nature, humans are curious, so naturally, people did not believe it was a city. This was until writings, religious artifacts, and special objects were found, giving insight into those who had lived there, their beliefs, and their rituals. Since its discovery, experts and archaeologists have carefully observed every artifact, structure, and geological feature in this Zaku. With each discovery, more light is shed on the already vanished civilization, revealing what used to be their daily lives, social order, and economic practices. The discoveries also show how the people lived, their jobs, and how their society worked. Religious writings and songs teach us what the Zaku people believed and how they worshipped their gods. In the cave, Archaeologists also found pictures and sculptures detailing everyday life, stories, and important events. The art is proof of Zaku's culture and artistic ways. Studying them has helped researchers understand how the people of the ancient city expressed themselves and connected them to other cultures. The finds in Zaku's old walls aren't just ancient artifacts. They're like windows to a lively, interesting world that existed before, giving us a deep look into our shared human history. Findings like pottery shards, tools, and personal belongings have offered insights into what used to be their crafts, technology, and way of life. The fact that the city is near the Euphrates River gives it more significance and paints a clearer picture of its history. The river served as a central element of this civilization, enhancing our understanding of its role in shaping the past. As a lifeline for them, as it did for other riverbank cities, the Euphrates supplied water for irrigation and fertile lands that sustained plentiful crops. Their thriving agricultural community supported the city's economy, fostering a diverse cultural and social fabric. Some other interesting finds were clay pots holding cuneiform tablets that detailed their daily lives. Some of these tablets had seal impressions, one linked to an important person from the nearby town of Tekka. Looking closely into this find, his life and the society of that time around the 18th century revealed a rather interesting history of how rich people lived and the problems faced by regular people. However, note that all these theories are based on conjectures and have yet to be substantiated by concrete evidence. Whether they are mere speculations or not, people will continue until they find an answer. Some others have suggested that the caves could have been utilized for religious or ceremonial purposes, serving as secluded spaces for rituals or meditation. Another possible theory suggests that the caves might have been used as shelters or hiding places during conflict or unrest, providing protection and refuge for the region's inhabitants. We mentioned the clash with the Egyptian and Assyrian empires, so it makes sense that this suggestion came up. Despite the numerous theories surrounding the nature and purpose of the caves, a definitive answer has yet to be found. However, as research progresses and more discoveries are made, archaeologists and historians may be able to piece together the puzzle and paint a clearer picture of how these enigmatic caves were utilized by the people who once lived along the Euphrates River. Understanding the purpose of the mysterious caves and tunnels beneath the Euphrates River can provide valuable insights into the cultural practices and daily lives of ancient civilizations. But what exactly is the Euphrates River? Known as the largest waterway in Southwest Asia, the Euphrates has been a lifeblood for communities for thousands of years. Its importance dates back to around 4000 BC, supporting the growth and development of settlements such as Sumer and Mesopotamia, later joined by Babylon and Assyria. The Euphrates is one of two major waterways in the region, the other being the Tigris River, and together they contributed to the rise of the Mesopotamian Empire. Historically, rivers like the Euphrates were crucial for survival, providing food, water, and resources for farming, trade, and transportation. The river's extensive course begins in Turkey and flows through Syria and Iraq, joining the Tigris about 100 miles from the Persian Gulf. It holds significant historical and religious value, being mentioned in the Bible as one of the borders of Canaan, the Promised Land. Rivers were indispensable to early agricultural societies, fostering the rise of civilizations along their banks. In the Middle East, the Euphrates and Tigris rivers supported the development of Sumer and Mesopotamia. Today, these rivers continue to sustain major cities in the region. As the Euphrates River shrinks, more intriguing discoveries are being made. Besides ancient cities and works of art, hidden tunnels have been uncovered. These tunnels are particularly remarkable for their well-constructed stairs and strong walls. Stories and old records suggest they may be linked to the legendary Queen Semiramis, blending myth and reality.